Good evening, Belize. It's Tuesday and you're tuned into News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. Here's what's making headlines tonight. Will Ombudsman Gilbert Suazo keep his post after a high-profile clash over a Freedom of Information appeal? In Placencia, a garbage crisis is brewing as residents dump waste outside the designated site. The family of Lyndon Kelly is demanding swift justice after his brutal machete killing earlier this month. Plus, the Institute of Archaeology is sounding the alarm on vandalism at Shenantonich. And what does Prime Minister John Briceño have to say about Belizeans and the economy in his New Year's message? We've got those stories and more coming up. News 5 starts right after this break.
ever wake up and just feel like today's gonna be a good day? I got a lot to get done, but I love when things easy. So when I heard DigiWallet and Neighbors together, it was a yes for me. Grabbed some stuff, paid some bills, but the best part, I could add funds to my DigiWallet right here at Neighbors. 40 new spots across Belize, plus all the Digi stores. That makes almost 150 places you could now cash in. You see why today feels good?
My fellow Belizeans, on behalf of cabinet members and all public officers, I greet you and your family as our nation marks the close of this year and the start of 2026. For sure, the months have flown by, and perhaps too few of us remember the passionate resolutions that energized our outlook at the beginning of 2025. In the case of government, our resolutions are writ large in the form of manifesto promises to the people, reviewed constantly in the course of our daily work, and put before us repeatedly by constituents and the media. We can't afford to forget. And as I look back at the past 12 months, I'm satisfied that we finished 2025 in significantly better shape than when we started. That achievement alone, that collectively we are better off today than 12 months ago, sets us apart as a nation and a people. Now, what reasons excite my confidence that we are better off? These reasons.
Good evening and welcome back. Ombudsman Gilbert Suazo says he was caught off guard by a letter he received on Christmas Eve from Cabinet Secretary Stuart Leslie. The note thanked him for his service and wished him well in his future endeavors. Suazo's 3-year contract officially ends tomorrow, December 31st. But the timing of that letter has stirred speculation, especially because it comes amid controversy over his handling of a major Freedom of Information request appeal. Earlier this year, social activist Jeremy Enriquez requested details on legal fees paid to private attorneys in the government's redistricting case. When the Attorney General denied that request, Suazo ruled that at least part of the information should be disclosed under the Freedom of Information Act. The government didn't like that decision and is now fighting to overturn it in court. Leslie tells News 5 the letter was simply procedural, signaling the end of the agreement, and insists no decision has been made yet on renewing Suazo's contract. But Suazo admits he was surprised by the correspondence. So, does he regret standing up to his administration? And is this a warning to others who might do the same? We put those questions to him.
It was the evening on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, that I got an email in the Ombudsman email. And when I opened the letter, it was then that I knew that the letter that I received stated, I don't recall it verbatim, that they congratulate me for the service that I offered as ombudsman, and they wish me all the best in my future endeavors. The letter did not in any way or form, in my view, did not address re-engagement, which I requested. However, the implications of the future endeavors could mean anything. So, to me, it is what it is. That, to my mind, implies then that I am not going to be re-engaged.
Were you surprised by this decision?
Of course, I am surprised. However, let me state that the re-engagement is the prerogative of National Assembly, and certainly they have come to a decision that my tenure as ombudsman based on the letter will not be renewed.
Are you concerned that beyond the effect of you not receiving a renewal of your contract, that this may be a warning to others and may prevent others from standing up for justice?
Well, I am of the firm view that the institution of the office of the ombudsman is an independent office and must operate in that manner based on the Constitution, the law, and the rule of law. The people expect that of the ombudsman and that institution. So it is my humble view that the ombudsman, whosoever will be appointed, must maintain the independence of the office, must maintain that institution to ensure fairness, equality, justice, and transparency and accountability. That is what the office is designed for, and we, the people of Belize, should expect no less from anyone who is appointed into that office.
Now, Major, I must ask, you are a proud Garifuna man. Mr. Enriquez, also a proud Garifuna man. We know how this looks, that two proud Garifuna men stood up to this government and gave them an order to release information to the public. Do you think that race played any issue or ethnicity played any issue in this?
I am not sure what is the reason the government or the office of the Prime Minister decided, how they decided. For me, I served my country with dignity and with pride, and as a Garifuna man, I even am more proud and honored to have served the office, served the people of Belize through the office of the Ombudsman. What the Constitution and the laws of Belize dictate. We must continue to be the vanguards of the justice and the fairness and the equality and the transparency and accountability that we so desire in this country of ours, particularly when we are serving the people of Belize. So I have no regrets in any way or form with the way how I have performed as the Ombudsman of Belize.
Placencia is known for its stunning beaches and vibrant tourism scene. But right now, this jewel of the South is facing a serious garbage problem. The village's dump site is practically unreachable. The road leading there is in such bad shape that getting waste out has become a nightmare. And with government help slow to arrive, the village council says it's out of options and forced to take drastic steps. So what's really going on? How did infrastructure issues and tight budgets push Placencia to the edge? And what does this mean for the people who live here, as well as the visitors who flock to its shores? News 5's Paul Lopez has the story.
The Placencia Village Council's recent decision to leave garbage at the entrance of its dump site underscores a deepening waste management crisis fueled by failing infrastructure and insufficient government support. Vice Chair Bryce Dial shared more with News 5.
I think across the country, people know that villages receive very little funding to get things done. And with a village the size of Placencia, along with St. Bite, and then we have Riversdale, the entire peninsula, it's a large population that we're servicing for garbage removal. And we're not getting any funding or any help. So now we try to keep the maintenance of the vehicles and the equipment up, but when we're having to send the vehicles back into conditions like that, like yesterday, for instance, we got stuck back there and it took us hours to get out, and we had to hire heavy equipment to get the truck out. And then that allowed us only to do one run of garbage. And like I mentioned, it's the high season. So now we're backed up with garbage and, we're facing huge issues.
According to Dial, the council turned to Facebook after repeated efforts to secure government intervention proved unsuccessful. The council prepared an estimate of nearly $30,000 for the road repairs, as requested by the government of Belize. But even that failed to move the process forward.
We were basically at the point of frustration, and we can't access the dump at this point because of the road condition. So now we're at the point where we're left with no other option, because what do? Leave garbage piling up at all of these households and resorts? And then we have unhappy tourists because they're walking around in a mess. So we're at the point where our only other option is to start to dump. It's going to have to be right along the roadside as you come into the peninsula.
As Dial explains, the council is not generating enough income to repair the road from its own funds. She says that in the past, when the council managed the water system, they would attach the garbage fee to the water bills. Today, BWS manages the community's water system, while garbage fee collections have fallen by 50%, a financial strain that ERA Representative Rodwell Ferguson says he knows all too well.
Since that was done, was stopped, and it went to BWS, then they can only try to collect the garbage as they picked up. But sometimes some people are reluctant to pay. But because Placencia is a tourist community, the task is on the village council to make sure they keep their village clean. And so they get out the garbage no matter what. But it comes with a cost to them, and they're saying there's no profit in this. But at the same time, we have to maintain our village.
Ferguson says he has reached out to the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing regarding the road repairs, and the ministry has pledged to supply gravel.
Now, I spoke to the officer in charge for the Ministry of Infrastructure for the Stanford District. And he told me he has committed to contribute from the Ministry of Infrastructure, I think either 10 or 20 loads to assist with the fixing of the road to get to the site. So that will be done, but unfortunately, Paul, the south is getting a significant amount of rain over the last 3 weeks. So complaints is coming from all directions. The ministry cannot cope with the amount of requests that is coming. But because Placencia is a tourist destination, I asked them to consider Placencia and figure out how quick it can be done.
Now, even if the road gets fixed, the money problem won't go away anytime soon. In fact, we're hearing that St. Bite Village Council is gearing up to manage its own waste operations. But for Placencia, garbage collection is still a pricey business. From paying staff to fueling trucks and keeping them running, the cost just keeps piling up. Additionally, the Belize Solid Waste Management Authority built a transfer station for Placencia that is yet to become operational. So what is the holdup?
So there is discussion with Solid Waste Management to figure out when they are going to take over the site that they have close to the Banana area. And Solid Waste commit to them that very shortly they are going to take it over and manage it properly to make sure that the waste get out of Placencia or from the site to the central zone and the Western Highway.
As of today, the council is left with no choice but to dump its garbage at the entrance of the dump site, near the highway. It's not the most ideal situation, but it's the best that can be done at this time.
It was a hard decision, but sometimes it seems like unless things get very drastic with government, that's the only way that you see them come in and save the day. And I hate to sound that way. It's a hard interview to have, and it's a hard truth. It's the harsh reality of what we're facing. And I don't want the village council to come off as disrespectful, but when you think about it, better all of that garbage is in one concentrated area, then it's spread out all along the peninsula at all of these households where raccoons and rats and dogs get into it.
Until sustainable solutions are found, Placencia's struggle to keep its streets clean will continue to test the resilience of this vibrant community and the systems meant to support it. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
The Placencia Village Council says it's been dealt a major financial blow after the government decided to delay the Trade License Act. The council had been counting on those trade license revenues to fund community projects. But now, with the Briceño administration's decision, they're scrambling to make ends meet. For a tourism hotspot that brings in big tax dollars for the country, the lack of support raises serious questions about fairness and priorities. Vice Chair Bryce Dial shared more with us.
Recently, it was put on the news that now the government is retracting the rollout of trade license fees. And I'm sure I'm speaking for villages across the country, but I know I'm speaking for Placencia that, you know, when we were told that those trade license fees would be trickling in, and from our understanding, it was going to be early in 2026, we started to look at our finances and project what we could afford and what projects we could start to take up. So we initiated a Placencia Proud project where we have a team of guys out every day cleaning the village because the high season was coming. And one of the biggest complaints we were receiving was that the village was filthy and tourists were complaining about it. So, you know, we took up that project with the understanding and belief in the government that that trade license fee money would be coming in, because otherwise the only income we receive from the government is a kickback from the liquor license fees. But even though liquor licenses are renewed in January, we don't normally see that money till like June. So besides for our Lobster Fest, which is our biggest fundraiser, we really don't have any other money coming in. And for a community that is one of the biggest tax generators in the country because of tourism, you know, I'm not saying that all communities shouldn't receive help, but when you're dealing with a community like Placencia, Hopkins, San Pedro, Kikaker, San Ignacio, that are literally the bread and butter of the country because of the tax that we generate through tourism, and then, you know, we're not seeing any of that money trickle back into the community. You know, we're grateful. It's not as if we want to come across as ungrateful because they did a road upgrade last year around this time. You know, that was much needed. There's a project going on right now with a study for beach erosion, and we're getting some funding for that. But, you know, like, and we're grateful for that. But at the same time, there's things like on the ground, the everyday running of the village that we need assistance with, especially if we're not going to be seeing that trade license money coming in.
You may have heard about President Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. Well, one part of that law is about to hit home for Belizeans, and it starts this Friday. The law introduces a new tax on money sent from the U.S. to other countries, including Belize. Beginning January 1st, a 1% tax will apply to certain remittances. Think cash transfers through Western Union or money orders. Now the tax is charged in the U.S., but the impact will be felt right here. Families who rely on support from relatives abroad could see a little less in their pockets. And while 1% might sound small, remittances are a lifetime for many Belizean households, covering essentials like food, rent, school fees, and medical care. The bigger picture is that it could ripple through the economy. According to the Inter-American Development Bank, Belizeans receive about $173 million in remittances up to November this year. And 84% of that came from the U.S., with numbers spiking during the Christmas season. So even a small change could mean a big difference for families and for Belize's economy. Coming up, still no charges in brutal Dangrega Machete killing. More when we return.
My fellow Belizeans, On behalf of cabinet members and our public officers, I greet you and your family as our nation marks the close of this year and the start of 2026. For sure, the months have flown by, and perhaps too few of us remember the passionate resolutions that energized our outlook at the beginning of 2025. In the case of government, our resolutions are writ large in the form of manifesto promises to the people, reviewed constantly in the course of our daily work, and put before us repeatedly by constituents and the media. We can't afford to forget. And as I look back at the past 12 months, I'm satisfied that we finished 2025 in significantly better shape than when we started. That achievement alone, that collectively we are better off today than 12 months ago, sets us apart as a nation and a people. Now, what reasons excite my confidence that we are better off? These reasons stretch from the foundational to the stars. At the foundation, the pillars of our society are rock solid. Belizeans are working in higher numbers than ever, earning livable and rising wages, rearing their families in generally safer communities, benefiting from stronger schooling and healthcare systems, and gathering for themselves a greater share of the nation's bountiful wealth. What is especially pleasing is the evident advances being achieved for that half of our population living in the rural areas of our country. Those whose streets, roads and drains have been vastly improved, and whose access to clean water, to classrooms and technology, to healthcare, and to lands for village expansions have all received unprecedented attention and resources from this government. And betterment for rural citizens have not come at the expense of those making their lives in our cities and towns. Whether by way of direct public sector capital investments or partnerships with private investors who have been incentivized to unleash their enterprises in Belize, or standalone private sector initiatives, it is evident that urban workers and businesses have benefited from our quarter-to-quarter, year-to-year expansion and growth. I will not recite on this occasion the many data points that prove our progress in 2025. More compelling than any employment number or GDP statistics is the optimism I encounter in my frequent engagements with Belizean workers and Belizean entrepreneurs alike. Most compelling in this narrative of prosperity is the soaring pride, the hope and the resilience of Belizeans as we contrast the incredible stability and security we continue to enjoy in an otherwise disorderly and rapidly changing world. Two government initiatives stand tall as the year closes. First, the avalanche of commercial activity across the country, motivated by the GST free weekends offered by government. This program spurs tens of millions in consumer spending within the economy, benefiting retail customers and businesses outlets, and keeping our dollars here at home, not in Chetumal or Melchor. This is the first administration ever to offer this massive tax benefit to the people. And second, the recent launch of the sale of shares in the recently acquired Hydro Belize Limited, the company that owns the 3 hydro-powered plants located in the Mekal River in the Cayo district. In just the first few days of the offering, hundreds of Belizeans have already applied to become shareholders in this company. Again, this bold step by government, first acquisition and now the share sale, will keep profits circulating in the local economy for generations to come. As Belizeans, all 400,000 of us are in fact shareholders in a larger, more meaningful enterprise of nationhood. Marching into 2026, let us be especially proud and protective of our most valuable assets, like love of country and respect for each other. May we cherish even more in 2026 our diversity, whether ethnic, cultural, religious, or political. And let us always trumpet our sacred democracy within its freedom to talk, to move, to report, to vote, to own, and to pursue our best humanity. Queridos compatriotas beliceños, al dar la bienvenida al Año Nuevo, quisiera expresar mi más sincero agradecimiento por la fuerza y el espíritu de unidad que hemos mostrado como nación. Que este nuevo capítulo esté lleno de salud, oportunidades y progreso compartido para cada familia en cada distrito. Avancemos juntos con esperanza y determinación hacia un futuro más brillante y próspero para nuestro amado Belice. Les deseo de todo corazón un feliz y próspero año nuevo. Que Dios bendiga a Belice. To every Belizean, I offer my best wishes for a new year filled with the treasures of health, peace, and success. May the Almighty continue to bless us all and bless Belize. Happy New Year, Belize!
This year, Belize showed what it's made of. At the ballot box, decisions that set the tone for the next 5 years. The 2025-2026 national budget, launched by Prime Minister John Briceño, emphasized infrastructure investments and forecasted strong GDP growth, though critics pointed out the lack of focus on social services. This was the year Belize charted new horizons, from bold economic strategies to public concerns about citizen security. 2025 reshaped our nation. Join us December 31st on Greater Belize Media at 8:30 p.m. for News 5's 2025 highlights, Stories That Matter, a dynamic year in review special that captures the milestones that made this year unforgettable.
It has been 1 week since 41-year-old Lyndon Kelly lost his life to injuries sustained during a vicious machete attack in Dangriga town. Police reports indicate that Kelly was assaulted by 2 men in the Rivas Estate area following a confrontation on December 19th. While 2 suspects were initially detained, no charges have yet been filed. Tonight, Kelly's family is appealing to the Belize Police Department for swift justice, both for the safety of the community and for their own peace of mind. We spoke with Kelly's brother, Austin Williams, who shared how the unresolved situation has deepened the family's grief as they prepare to lay him to rest.
Does this cause unease within your family for your own personal safety?
Yes, it does, because we are looking at people who just killed a man like that, and they're off. They're walking around like killing in Dangriga is not like it's legal, not, you understand? So, and of course my mom, she's upset. She feels she's not safe. She feels she's not safe, and she's still mourning. Sunday is the funeral. This coming Sunday they will have the funeral service, and of course she's still mourning her son's death, and to see that nothing is taking place, she's very upset. In the past, yes, he got in an incident, and no one is saying we are taking up for him or saying he's a good guy, or because everyone, to their family, they're good. We don't know what he's doing or what he was doing on the streets, but yes, he did serve his time, and that's something that you can probably compare it to. It is very devastating for us as a family. And to see his life got cut short just like that, and knowing he has this business he's been working on, and there was a lot of push wrong with this business that he was working on, but he was trying to find a way to get it done the right way so that his business could have get up and running. And now to see everything, his progress, his accomplishment is we're hoping that we can find someone who can continue push on the business and let his legacy live on. Everything is most frustrating, to be honest with you, because we're just getting from the police saying PP is the problem, and we don't know. It's not like we're inside there doing the job, so we don't really know who to blame. But we're asking if the government, the ministers, the in the police department, if they're hearing us, to come on, work on, push something into Dangriga, elevate the standard of how the police operates, because you can't just have criminals out there on the street. So yeah, we're asking for them to amp up their game.
A man who gave the court a fake name wasn't convicted for lying, but for something far more serious. 53-year-old Lester Smith, who first introduced himself as Alistair Alex Smith, admitted to robbing a woman of her purse on Christmas Day. That purse, worth $60, held her IDs, bank cards, and cash. Now the victim fought back. Despite being overpowered, she managed to hit Smith with her phone before he ran off with the bag. Police quickly tracked him down, and today Smith pleaded guilty to robbery. The chief magistrate handed him 2 years behind bars. But what happened next shocked the courtroom. Smith said, quote, "Once I go to jail, I will hang myself." He repeated that threat after sentencing, saying he's tired of hardship and court. The chief magistrate immediately ordered precautionary measures to protect him, even after Smith tried to walk back his words. And this wasn't Smith's first run-in with the law. Court records show 21 prior convictions, including burglary, theft, and even escape from custody. That history bumped his sentence up before his guilty plea earned him a 1-year discount. Tonight, despite his threats, Smith was escorted to the Belize Central Prison without incident. But his words leave lingering questions. Was it a cry for help or something more? A family of 10 in Guinea Grass Village is asking for help tonight after an early morning fire turned their lives upside down. Around 6 o'clock, 25-year-old Jose Mejia woke up to the smell of smoke and discovered flames tearing through one of the rooms in his home. He managed to get the kids out safely, and thankfully everyone escaped with only minor injuries. But the blaze destroyed everything they owned. Now, Jose says they're left with nothing but the clothes on their backs and each other.
We were sleeping, miss, and then suddenly I received a message from my girl, and then I wake up answering. When I wake up, I see like smoke. I smell smoke, and then things miss, and then I hurry wake up my little brother because he was in the other bed from the other room, and then the fire actually started on my sister's room, where no one was there in that room, miss.
So do you have any idea how the fire was started?
Well, actually, miss, there was one outlet, miss, on that a 2x4 post, and then the fire was already high, miss. The fire was like I don't know how to say the word, miss, and a tocador where they put clothes and things.
Okay, and were you guys able to make it out of the house safely with no injuries?
Yes, ma'am. Well, only my foot girl is born, miss, and then because I stayed my little baby, miss, I hurry and wake up my little brother. I hurry wake up, he make it get up, and the next one I actually the next one wake up also, and I just wake up my little baby and hurry take up him from the house, miss.
And how quickly were fire personnel able to get to your place? Were they able to recover anything?
Well, actually, anything. Then the fireman came when everything was almost burned, miss.
So you guys lost everything essentially.
Everything, miss. I was trying to save him. Was trying to save some clothes, miss, but then the fire catch it, miss, and then everything get burned. We have one from a little girl from 6 years.
Uno tiene 4 años.
We have another. We have a little boy from my baby who's 4 years.
El otro una niña 4 años.
And then we have my sister-in-law, daughter where she have 4 years, and we have 7 years old. We have 11 years old, and we have 13,
15.
15. We got one from 21. We got one from 23.
24.
And we have one of my father-in-law who is 45.
After the break, health officials urge vaccination as H3N2 nears Belize. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
This Christmas, get ready to unwrap the gift of happiness with Cellular World. This cover phone starting as low as $99. Gift amazing tablets for big and small for just $99. And bring home smart TVs for unforgettable family entertainment starting at $379. Plus, enjoy incredible deals on JBL speakers, smart appliances, and all the technology that fills your home with joy this season. And there's more. Every Tuesday, we unwrap a new surprise for you to find the perfect present at the best price. Visit us at any of our locations in Belize City, Belmopan, Orange Walk, San Pedro, or shop through our virtual store on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp at 615-5141. Unwrap the gift of happiness at Cellular World.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Belize, looking for the most classy and luxurious way to bring in the new year? The Fort George Hotel and Spa and Mars Production presents the first annual Black and Gold New Year's Eve party, starring the immortal man himself, Rory Stone Love.
Them never hear them friend Rory said, I'm a sound is the program, it often them
Champagne toast at midnight. Party favor. Call 223-2333 or 622-9754 for VIP packages. Yes, Belize. On December 31st at the luxurious Lord Ashcroft Center, Belize City, we bring in the new year with class, elegance, and non-stop vibes. Tickets available at Fort George Hotel and Spa or on the Quick Pass app. Singles $100, couples $175. It's the first annual Black and Gold New Year's Eve party. Sponsors are Cellular World.
Come to Banquet, find your way. Engines roar at the break of day. Volvo outboard surf the waves. Castrol oil is what they crave. Live with power, feel the sound. Heavy machines shake the ground. Riding Honda, feeling proud. Rev it up and shout aloud. Feel the wind against your skin. Now so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up, let's take flight. Kohler's power runs our towns. JCB lifts heavy pounds. Find the tools to build your dreams. Banquet's got the best machines. Grip the wheel and never slip. Feel the rush, it's time to trip. Every brand you know and love. Banquet fits you like a glove. Feel the wind against your skin. Now so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up, let's take flight.
Banquet, equipment, parts, service. We represent quality.
This year, Belize showed what it's made of. At the ballot box, decisions that set the tone for the next 5 years. The 2025-2026 national budget, launched by Prime Minister John Briceño, emphasized infrastructure investments and forecasted strong GDP growth, though critics pointed out the lack of focus on social services. This was the year Belize charted new horizons, from bold economic strategies to public concerns about citizen security. 2025 reshaped our nation. Join us December 31st on Greater Belize Media at 8:30 p.m. for News 5's 2025 highlights, Stories That Matter, a dynamic year in review special that captures the milestones that made this year unforgettable.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
Season's greetings from the Social Security Board. As the festive season fills our hearts with warmth and joy, we extend our heartfelt thanks to you, our valued customers, for your continued trust and support throughout the year. 2025 has been a year of growth and innovation. As part of our ongoing journey to modernize and deliver smarter, more sustainable services, we introduced new My Social Security upgrades designed to make access easier, faster, and more convenient. Looking ahead to 2026, we remain committed to being a dynamic, progressive, and sustainable organization, embracing technology to enhance customer experience and operational efficiency. This Christmas, we celebrate the families, workers, and retirees who inspire all that we do. From all of us at the Social Security Board, may your holidays be filled with love, laughter, and hope for the year ahead.
This Christmas is extra special for us at BB Insurance because it's our first. You welcomed us into your lives, and we couldn't be more grateful. Your trust means everything. From all of us at BB Insurance, thank you for being a part of our journey. Here's to many more holidays together. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
For many Belizeans, when it comes to healing the natural way, there's one name that stands out: Reginald Hamilton. His shop, Reggie's Herb and Tea, has become the go-to spot for traditional remedies. Hamilton has spent years mastering the art of organic and cultural medicine, keeping alive practices that have been passed down for generations. In tonight's Culta Tuesday, we revisit his incredible journey and passion for preserving Belize's traditional healing methods. Here's that story.
Reginald Hamilton is the founder and owner of Reggie's Herb and Tea House. He is also a traditional herbalist who comes from a long line of traditional healers. Hamilton operates from his property on Pelican Street in Belize City. He conducts business from a small first-floor office. Reggie refers to his passion for traditional medicine as a gift from his ancestors. He believes that he was chosen to be a healer.
My main focus is to take care of people. Don't matter color, class, creed. It's universal. It belongs to the world as the world have its elements, and we need to, as healers, we need to take care of people from no matter what kind and who. There are three living organisms: plant, animal, and human. And I am a human that full capacity to see that life go on to preserve.
Most cultures include traditional healers as their go-to practitioner. They would often include prayers and other spiritual remedies to address a patient's need. But for Hamilton, His work is primarily focused on these natural medicines and their healing properties.
If I'm supposed to disseminate knowledge and supposed to take care of people, I must follow that trend of passing over what have been given to me. It's a relay, it's a baton. So for me, culture is a running thing and supposed to go on and on and on. But in most instances, some people don't recognize what exactly is culture, and some of them, they drop the ball and what they should preserve, or what they should keep, what they should not keep, and so on. And so every culture definitely has a practice. Just recently I went to at a conference in a part of Mexico, and there was 4 culture recognized, which is namely the Creole, the Garifuna, the Mestizo, the Mayan, and the government of the day send out healers, 4 healers. I was one of those. I'm a Creole by birth.
Reggie's Herb and Tea House is certified as an official business with over 60 products that serve various purposes.
Deriving at a product does not mean that you're going to just put things together. It has to do with the properties, the existing properties of the herbs, putting them together, understanding the properties. These herbs, they have the significant value. When I say that, I mean their composition value. They can be very acidic, they can be alkaline, they can be poisonous, all that. So one of the first thing I move on is to study what and which type of herb is more poisonous to the body. This is what you call a defense tea pack. And the purpose of a defense tea pack is for people that comes here and are low in iron. They have a deficiency of iron. They're not consuming sufficient iron. Or maybe they have an internal inflammation or a problem that is taking or subtracting the iron. Maybe the iron is not being facilitated sufficiently in the body and all of that type of stuff. I would know. The doctor do know that through a diagnosis. When you come to me, I will ask you questions so I know where you're at. Because you have to present to me a bill of health from your doctor saying that these are some of the things that you suffering from.
Hamilton explained that he requires his patients to present a medical diagnosis from a certified doctor so that he can prescribe the right treatment, as opposed to compounding the illness. This is where the long-standing cultural practice of traditional medicine intersects with modern medicine. Hamilton is also working to raise awareness about the value of the rainforest around us.
The rainforest has been exploited and it's been raped and harvested without permission. And when you deal with these things, plants especially, you have to be permissioning yourself to the creator and to extract these things. And deforestation, I say devastation. I not even said deforestation. I said devastation is taking place. I think there must be certain things put in place to help to facilitate, to restore the rainforest, to keep the medicine, especially the medicinal plants in the forest, to continue have it. So if I may, I would say that in the next 10 years, we might be in serious trouble in trying to get certain things that we normally would tend to have.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Health officials are urging vigilance as influenza A H3N2 strain is knocking at Belize's door. This virus spreads fast and can hit hard, especially the elderly, young kids, and anyone with chronic health issues. The Ministry of Health and Wellness says the best defense is to get vaccinated, wash your hands often, and if you're sick, stay home. The ministry also stresses building up your immune system to fight off infection. Strengthening your immune and organ systems is key to preventing infection and reducing the virus's impact. Herbalist Reggie Hamilton says his treatments blend seamlessly with conventional care to build the body's defense against viruses like influenza.
I'm no way in shape or form will discourage you from seeing a doctor. In fact, the doctor is my way of getting to help other people because I work exactly from a diagnosis. If the doctor said influenza, if the doctor said there's a bacteria built up, if the doctor said there's a circulatory problem, remember, like I said, we have 6 organs. We have to understand how to feed these organs, nurturing them, how to clean them, and how to help to enhance them. This is how a respiration tea would look like. it has the Peter Seco, it has the sage, it has the eucalypto. So it's a combination of those things, and you do a tea, and then I have an instruction to guide you and tell you, well, this is how you do this. This pack is equivalent to 2 liters of water, and when you do it, you can do a recycling of it, so you can get the strength of it, the potency of it. When you do a recycling, you reduce water volume so that you get the same balance of the liquid, and you can drink it over maybe a day or two. Will not do anything worse to your situation if you have a cold, but better it. When you do a detox, it's a makeup of the same respiration tea with other things to create the body with a prerogative, a laxative, to arrest. Remember I told you the definition of a detox is, for me, layman terms, the definition is to arrest, uproot, and discharge. So I'm going to create a formula to put the body through a prerogative or a laxative so that you can go to the toilet and pass out the mucus.
The Institute of Archaeology is speaking out tonight after graffiti was spotted at St. Antonich. Sadly, this isn't the first time vandals have targeted Belize's treasured monuments. Defacing these sites is disrespectful. It's also a serious crime. We're talking fines of up to $75,000 or even 5 years behind bars. Director Dr. Melissa Badillo says these ancient structures are irreplaceable windows into our past, and graffiti causes permanent damage to carvings, buildings, and artifacts. Her message is quite simple. Respect the rules, listen to the rangers, and help protect these cultural landmarks so future generations can learn from and enjoy them.
It's very disappointing to know that visitors would go to our site and conduct themselves in this type of manner. We are always engaged in educational awareness, whether it's with schools, with tour guides, with communities, with researchers. And so, it is really disappointing to see these kinds of actions taken. And our post this afternoon was just to remind people that this type of activity is illegal, and there are penalties that can be placed upon some person if we can pinpoint or detect who the exact person was who conducted this type of activity, which of course is the unwanted graffiti on these ancient monuments. That said, we do know that there are some challenges when working with the tourism industry. The site is open to anyone to visit. We do have instances where visitors come along with tour guides, and we would hope that the tour guides are assisting us in deterring these types of activities. But, our plate, we are open to discussion on all these matters. We've had incidents also where, it's our own Belizeans who do these things. It may be in other instances not Belizeans who are doing these, and we just wanted to remind everyone that this kind of activity is not encouraged. We don't want it happening, and to make sure that everybody takes a responsibility when they visit our sites. These are sacred spaces. These are our cultural heritage, and we want to make sure that everybody is aware and help us in protecting these features.
Dr. Melissa Badillo, director of the Institute of Archaeology, warns that graffiti and damage to ancient monuments pose a serious threat to Belize's cultural heritage. She says offenders face steep fines, but enforcing the law remains a challenge for site rangers. Despite these hurdles, new measures are being considered. Still, Dr. Badillo emphasizes that the best protection comes from all of us, visitors and Belizeans alike, taking responsibility to safeguard these irreplaceable treasures for future generations.
We want our kids to be able to go on site and enjoy these sites. We want visitors to come in and learn about our ancient Maya heritage, learn about our culture, and be proud of the fact that we have these monuments standing representing who we are as Belizeans. So please, we want people to be responsible when they're on site.
Do you believe that some Belizeans or some visitors, they just don't care?
That might be the case. Others maybe just want some attention. I don't know what justification you can use for such a thing, but just the fact that somebody would think to destroy and damage something that's been there standing over thousands of years, it is very frustrating and disappointing, really.
Is there like a sign-in book where we can cross-reference the name on that part to the book?
We do have a log book, yes. We do have electronic tickets now where we can go back and look at it. We like I said, we do have to go back to the table and look at how best we handle this type of situation. It may require more enforcement, changes in policies. So one of the things that we have been also considering is maybe even closing off certain temples or restricting certain areas. Everything is kind of on the table right now. And we will be looking out for the most reasonable solution that ensures that we protect these features.
How much of a loss is it?
When we return, is Belize really better off or just feeling better?
Reminded us that our work is so much more than communication. It's connection. Every time we supported a school, a youth program, or a community event, we felt the heartbeat of Belize. We met students who just needed someone to believe in them, and families grateful for a supportive hand. We saw communities welcome SMART not just as a brand, but a trusted friend. For us, impact is created through service, presence, and purpose. As we move into a new year, we remain committed to empowering our communities and sharing stories that reflect how SMART strengthens the connections that matter most.
That commitment to people drives how we build our products. We focus on delivering real value and flexibility. We upgraded our postpaid plans to include social media data, keeping you connected to your favorite platforms without the extra cost. For the prepay family, we enhanced prepaid plans to ensure you get more data and benefits from every single recharge. Flex bundles now better match real-time budgets, improving affordability. We introduced affordable Mexico data bundles to keep you connected while traveling. We are listening, adapting, and ensuring you get high-value connectivity you deserve.
Great plans need a great network. SMART strengthened its promise of bringing people together by investing heavily in expansion. We added new towers in key areas, bringing a stronger signal and improved service to more communities. Customers along the coastal road in Blancano, Mountain Pine Ridge, and Cristo Rey now enjoy more consistent coverage, making SMART a reliable companion for every journey. SMART launched its fiber network in Sartineja, bringing reliable high-speed connectivity for today's digital needs.
At SMART, we strive to reflect the energy of Belize in everything we do. From celebrating 20 years of excellent service to exciting collaborations, we've shared unforgettable times. We've delighted you with our biggest giveaways and deals ever. Ads you could laugh and connect to, and launched a revamped website to make your digital experience faster and more engaging.
As we look forward to the new year, we remain committed to what matters to you most. The communities we serve, the connections we build, and the precious moments we all share. All these remind us of our true identity and steadfast purpose, bringing people together.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed...
It's here, the biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paint and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
A new law is soon coming into effect. One that will change the way police apprehend suspects in the course of criminal investigations. Once a person is suspected of or charged with committing any indictable offense, law enforcement personnel will have the authority to collect a DNA sample from that person so that prosecutors and defense lawyers can rely on forensic DNA evidence when the case goes to court. If the suspect does not cooperate with the police, the new law enables police to apply for a court order to collect the DNA sample once the police has sufficient cause to suspect the person as being the perpetrator of the crime. The DNA Act will be a major step forward for Belize's criminal justice system while advancing the use of forensic science in Belize. Samples integrate into a national DNA database which may be managed by administrators at the forensic laboratory and may be utilized to help solve cold cases or identify repeat offenders. Find out more at nationalassembly.gov.bz or email your questions to info@forensics.gov.bz.
Boss, you really not supposed to smoke that in and on. This is public transport and that smoke the dangerous for we.
Miss, this is my car now. I could smoke in there if I want.
And I could choose not to sit down in a smoke. Second-hand smoke kill the same way like a cigarette in your hand.
You want to get out? Well, be my guest.
Look, she right, man. The smell stain at the whole car plus palm my clothes. And my be a bigger asthma.
Never think about it like that. I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay, as long as I don't do it again.
Secondhand smoke harms everyone. Keep our public transportation, schools, places of work, and all public spaces free from smoke and vape.
This year, Belize showed what it's made of. At the ballot box, decisions have set the tone for the next 5 years. The 2025-2026 national budget, launched by Prime Minister John Briceño, emphasized infrastructure investments and forecasted strong GDP growth, though critics pointed out the lack of focus on social services. This was the year Belize charted new horizons, from bold economic strategies to public concerns about citizen security. 2025 reshaped our nation. Join us December 31st on Greater Belize Media at 8:30 p.m. for News 5's 2025 highlights, Stories That Matter, a dynamic year in review special that captures the milestones that made this year unforgettable.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get one coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
Prime Minister John Briceño is opening 2026 with confident declarations of more jobs at livable wages, safer communities, stronger schools and clinics, and rural villages finally getting paved roads, clean water, and tech-ready classrooms. He points to GST-free weekends fueling tens of millions in spending and a rush of Belizeans buying shares in Hydro Belize Limited as proof of progress. But beyond the optimism and pride he celebrates, the real test is whether these gains are deep and lasting, or if they mask stubborn gaps in cost of living, crime, and equity.
Now, what reasons excite my confidence that we are better off? These reasons stretch from the foundational to the stars. At the foundation, the pillars of our society are rock solid. Belizeans are working in higher numbers than ever, earning livable and rising wages, rearing their families in generally safer communities, benefiting from stronger schooling and healthcare systems, and gathering for themselves a greater share of the nation's bountiful wealth. What is especially pleasing is the evident advances being achieved for that half of our population living in the rural areas of our country. Those whose streets, roads, and drains have been vastly improved, and whose access to clean water, to classrooms and technology, to healthcare, and to lands for village expansions have all received unprecedented attention and resources from this government. More compelling than any employment number or GDP statistics is the optimism I encounter in my frequent engagements with Belizean workers and Belizean entrepreneurs alike. Most compelling in this narrative of prosperity is the soaring pride, the hope and the resilience of Belizeans as we contrast the incredible stability and security we continue to enjoy in an otherwise disorderly and rapidly changing world. Two government initiatives stand tall as the year closes. First, the avalanche of commercial activity across the country, motivated by the GST free weekends offered by government. This program spurs tens of billions in consumer spending within the economy. The recent launch of the sale of shares in the recently acquired Hydro Belize Limited, the company that owns the 3 hydro-powered plants located in the Mekal River in the Cayo district. In just the first few days of the offering, hundreds of Belizeans have already applied to become shareholders in this company. Again, this bold step by government, first acquisition and now the share sale, will keep profits circulating in the local economy for generations to come.
Starting Thursday, January 1st, Belize Electricity Limited will roll out new tariffs after the Public Utilities Commission gave the green light. But BEL says the increase isn't enough to keep the lights on without financial strain. The PUC approved a bump of just 3 cents per kilowatt hour over 30 months. BEL wanted nearly 5 cents over 24 months. That shortfall is almost $19 million. And the company's books tell the story of millions owed to power producers, mounting local debt, and over $80 million spent on emergency gas turbines to avoid blackouts. BEL warns that without those investments, Belize could have faced 2 hours of daily outages. Still, delays in solar projects cost consumers big, $53 million in potential savings gone. BEL promises tighter control and transparency, but reserves the right to recover costs later. So for now, your bill goes up a little. But can Belize keep electricity reliable and affordable without shocking your wallet? 8 years ago, Belize made history. The country slammed the brakes on offshore oil exploration, a decisive step driven by a nationwide push to protect our precious marine ecosystem. It all started back in 2010, when talk of oil concessions ignited a firestorm of debate. What followed was unprecedented. Environmental groups, everyday Belizeans, and even global celebrities joining forces under one banner: Save Our Seas. Fast forward to today, we're marking the anniversary of that landmark moratorium. But as the world's energy demands grow, what does the future hold for offshore drilling in Belize? Will the ban stand the test of time, or could the tide turn?
It's been 8 years since the moratorium on offshore oil exploration has been passed into law. The legislation stands as proof of what's possible when an entire nation rallies behind a single cause, a lesson that remains just as relevant today. The spark for this movement came in May 2010, when a report revealed that 17 oil exploration concessions had been granted to various companies.
Ultimately have to get environmental clearance, and they do that through the environmental process where they either do a EIA or the Environment Department would grant clearance through environmental compliance plan. Of course, they will determine what they can do, where they can do it, and obviously they can't drill on the reef, they can't drill near to coral patches, etc.
And that did not sit well with the NGO community. A month later, they joined forces to form an environmental coalition with a mission to ban offshore drilling.
And as a result, we got together and we decided that there was a need to form some sort of coming together and unite our efforts so that we're not duplicating resources, going out and doing the same educational campaigns, and so we can work together on this issue.
The movement even got the support of huge celebrity names like Ted Danson and Morgan Freeman.
Saw the map. It's dreadful. It's awful. And then there was no oversight. There's no government oversight in Belize. Your government officials just say, okay, go ahead and do it. And as you can see from this experience here, that could work out to be very, very bad for Belize.
What's the message?
Wonderful waters around Belize. Yes. You've got reefs. You've got that wonderful ecosystem there. It's too fragile.
Back in 2011, the coalition launched a bold mission to collect 18,000 voter signatures to force a referendum on offshore drilling. They hit the target, but when the list went to the elections and boundaries, 8,000 names were tossed out. It was a major setback. Still, the group didn't quit. Instead, they staged their own vote, calling it the People's Referendum.
No, this referendum is not coming under the Referendum Act. If you can recall, we tried to have a referendum on the Referendum Act, but 40% of the signatures were rejected. But people were still asking us, they want the opportunity to vote on this issue.
Voters who turned out voted overwhelmingly for the ban on offshore drilling. But it wasn't until 2017 that years of hard work finally paid off with real legislation. The moratorium legislation was introduced in the National Assembly in October 2017 and took effect on December 13th, 2017, exactly 8 years ago.
I think this is certainly a big day for Belize. We have continuously framed this issue not as an environmental issue or a conservation issue, but as a national issue, because when you look at the fact that more than half of our population are directly dependent on coastal and marine ecosystems.
Today marks 8 years since Belize passed the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Moratorium Act, a law that put a stop to offshore oil drilling. It's a moment to look back, but also to ask, what's next for oil exploration in our waters? Oceana took to Facebook today to celebrate the milestone, and here's something worth noting. In 2023, the Briceño administration doubled down on its commitment. They amended the law to make one thing crystal clear. Before any change or repeal of this ban, Belizeans must have their say through a mandatory referendum.
GOB confirms that there is no intention of amending or repealing the provisions of the Moratorium Act. We have to be clear about that. 2, GOB and Oceana in Belize are mutually committed to meaningful consultation on the matter of petroleum exploration in the maritime zone.
As the country looks ahead, the challenge will be balancing economic ambitions with ecological responsibility, a decision that will continue to shape Belize's identity for generations to come. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Up next, who tore down Calcutta's Christmas tree?
We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. We climb down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. We're chasing.
This year reminded us that our work is so much more than communication. It's connection. Every time we supported a school, a youth program, or a community event, we felt the heartbeat of Belize. We met students who just needed someone to believe in them, and families grateful for a supportive hand. We saw communities welcome SMART not just as a brand, but a trusted friend. For us, impact is created through service, presence, and purpose. As we move into a new year, we remain committed to empowering our communities and sharing stories that reflect how SMART strengthens the connections that matter most.
That commitment to people drives how we build our products. We focus on delivering real value and flexibility. We upgraded our postpaid plans to include social media data, keeping you connected to your favorite platforms without the extra cost. For the prepay family, we enhanced prepay plans to ensure you get more data and benefits from every single recharge. Flex bundles now better match real-time budgets, improving affordability. We introduced affordable Mexico data bundles to keep you connected while traveling. We are listening, adapting, and ensuring you get high-value connectivity you deserve.
Great plans need a great network. SMART strengthened its promise of bringing people together by investing heavily in expansion. We added new towers in key areas, bringing a stronger signal and improved service to more communities. Customers along the coastal road in Blancano, Mountain Pine Ridge, and Cristo Rey now enjoy more consistent coverage, making SMART a reliable companion for every journey. SMART launched its fiber network in Sartineja, bringing reliable high-speed connectivity for today's digital needs.
At SMART, we strive to reflect the energy of Belize in everything we do. From celebrating 20 years of excellent service to exciting collaborations, we've shared unforgettable times. We've delighted you with our biggest giveaways and deals ever, ads you could laugh and connect to, and launched a revamped website to make your digital experience faster and more engaging.
As we look forward to the new year, we remain committed to what matters to you most: the communities we serve, the connections we build, and the precious moments we all share. All these remind us of our true identity and steadfast purpose, bringing people together.
La formación del Centro Neurológico del Hospital Galenia es que esas enfermedades que son altamente complejas y que muchos de nuestros pacientes tenían que emigrar hacia otra parte de la República u otra parte de México, ahora puedan ser atendidos aquí.
La atención quirúrgica en el centro neurológico se forma dentro de un grupo multidisciplinario que incluye tanto neurólogos, médicos internistas, ortopedistas, neurocirujanos, pediatras. Y este esfuerzo que se ha realizado para conjuntar todos los especialistas es para siempre brindar al paciente un abordaje multidisciplinario y transversal.
Evidentemente, mientras más rápido podamos llegar al diagnóstico de los pacientes, más rápido podemos tratarlos, resolverlos y por ende mejor resultado vamos a tener al final. Entonces creo que la prioridad y el fundamento principal de un proyecto como este es justamente eso, que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados con un tratamiento completo, integral y oportuno.
y las visiones desde diferentes perspectivas nos permiten tener pues el mejor tratamiento y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Tonight, there's outrage in Calcutta Village after vandals struck in the early hours of the morning, targeting something meant to bring joy this season. The community's Christmas tree, beautifully decorated with ornaments donated by residents, was torn down overnight. Witnesses say it was standing tall at 3 a.m., but less than an hour later, it was lying broken on the ground. Chairman Alex Zub is condemning the act, pointing out that this comes amid a troubling rise in vandalism across the village. Authorities are now calling on anyone with information to come forward and help stop these crimes in what has always been a peaceful community.
Part of the tree is broken, and many of the decoration, the Christmas tree has been burst, and a lot of the ball decorations was flown off the tree. So we are trying to put back everything together, know what we could join back if possible. Well, if not, we will still put it up again. So it's just bad-minded people in the village. You know, just before the Christmas, there have been many incidents that occurred, and in this village, especially in front of the community center where they stone vehicle windshields, vehicles, glass doors, and sorts of things. This vandalism has been a while happening and we cannot count them so right-handed, so that is the problem. So as I mentioned before, I would really would want the villagers to try help us as village council to monitor these types of incident that occurred in village, because it make the village look bad. Not only the village council, but the village in a whole. So that is my I would say pass on to the village, to the villagers.
Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, Christmas Eve letter leaves Ombudsman surprised. Velda Wade commented, "Thank you for your service. History will record it." On the topic, new U.S. remittance tax to hit Belizean families starting Friday, Kim Alvarado shared, "Families in Belize won't necessarily be seeing less money. 1% is really nothing, and it's the senders that pays. Sending money to Belize is still 1,000% cheaper than sending money from Belize." And finally, on BEL warns of financial strain despite tariff increase. A Diamond Pollard shared, "They want care up the current, and we still have a lot of blackouts, and when our appliances go bad, they don't want to pay. Only the poor suffer, but yet they say everybody for win." Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming, and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.